They look at the local and regional dailies in depth.
We start off with the Star this morning, and shareholders Joya Safaricom posts 100 billion shillings profit. Now this is a record, even by Kenyan standards. This is definitely a record. Farm declares dividend payout of 2 shillings per share, totaling 80.1 billion shillings. Muliambo mununua shares za Safaricom mkakata, mkanyeta, mkasema hazipandi. Hata kama hazipandi, dividend ni ya watu ambao kuna shares. Nyinyi wengine mmekaa tu hapo mnangojea. So the story is on page 12, and this is the only major story on this paper. Tuangalizie huko ndani wanasema nini. Page 12 of this paper. 100 billion shillings is not a joke. Sifikiri kuna kampuni nyingine in this region that has come even closer to that. So East Africa's biggest company, Safaricom PLC, has reported its strongest annual performance on record, driven by mobile money and data demand, as its expansion in Ethiopia narrowed losses and boosted overall growth. The Kenyan telecommunications operator said net income rose 67.3%. That's 2/3, yeah, to 99.7 billion shillings, marking the highest profit ever recorded by a company Eastern Central Africa. Hii ni record, not just in Kenya, Eastern Central Africa, 100 billion shillings. Unasikia profit in a rise by 2/3. Yeah, that's not a joke. That's 67.3%. That's not a joke. So for Safaricom shareholders, congratulations. You're smiling all the way to the
Wewe will invest.
Mimi sina, unfortunately. I'm one of those people who failed to buy shares at Safaricom. Sasa ni kilio tupu. Oh no. All right, other stories in the Star today. Kenyans face sexual abuse and forced labor in Asia. Wale wanapenda kazi za huko kwingine. Rising tomato and onion prices put pressure on household budget. Have you seen content creators on social media now making a lot of content with tomatoes?
Yes.
Sababu nyanya ipatikani, and it's very expensive.
Yeah.
So this paper just confirms that there's soaring cost of tomatoes and onions is piling pressure on Kenyan households, with traders warning of more price hikes in the coming weeks. Bado mjaona itapanda. Kama nyanya sasa unanunua, someone was showing me, amenunua nyanya moja na kitunguu for 100 bob. No, nyanya mbili na kitunguu moja for 100 bob. Anauliza hii ni haki kweli, itapanda zaidi.
Uko ni wapi?
Hapa Nairobi hapa. Bei za nini? Za nyanya. Opposition's dilemma over Sifuna entry in race to remove Ruto. That's a political, and I think this was going to be the biggest story. Sababu imepewa ile spread ya page 4 and 5 kabla Safaricom announce profits 100 billion shillings. Unajua ni record. Yeah. All the other stories on the front page ni mbili tu. Leo being a weekend, siasa pull out, let development, not political waves, decide Kenya's fate in 2027. Matters accountability, and why Kenyatta is giving Ruto sleepless nights. We've been trying to discuss this entire week. Why the obsession with the retired president. And so you can read more on that on the siasa pull out today on page 11. This is a weekend Star, fresh, independent, different. It's actually a heavy paper today. You can grab yourself a copy for only 60 shillings. Kogalo on the brink. Gor Mahia sick giant leap towards league crown. And Kogelo continue their dominance of the local football league. That's the weekend Star.
All right. Now, Sasa, because we've started with Matters Business, tungie to Business Daily Direct. Still, that story in Safaricom has been given prominence on the front page. It's not the main story, though, but they've captured it here. The Safaricom earnings crossed 100 billion shillings mark. Yeah, the Safaricom Group CEO Peter Ndego is speaking during the full year results announcement for the financial year 2025-2026 at the company's headquarters yesterday here in Nairobi. The main story here, Treasury avoids IMF loans in new budget, that Kenya has omitted funding from the IMF in the national budget for the year starting July in the wake of uncertainty where the fresh talks tied to tough conditions could unlock multi-billion shilling loans. Now, they say that documents tabled in Parliament show the Treasury is not expecting new inflows from any of the IMF's funding options, including the extended credit facility, the extended fund facility, or the Resilience and Sustainability Fund. This story is on page 2, a very interesting read. Kumbukeni tunaingia hiyo season ya budget. and finance bill and all. Tushaingia season ya finance bill, so tunaingia season ya budget. On the ticker, Uganda holds sway on next Kenya Pipeline's chief executive. And that's another story here, that Uganda has been handed a chance to determine the next occupant of Kenya Pipeline Company's corner office after the board opened recruitment for the newly listed firm's managing director. Any pipeline ya huku kwetu. So this is also a very interesting read on page 4. Total Energies and Neto Total.
Musikia watu wakiita Total. Sijui kwa nini wanaita Total na inakaa kama
Total. Total Energies enters budget LPG gas market with 700 shillings refill price, and Nigerian lender paid 15.8 billion shillings in National Bank acquisition. That's the Business Daily.
All right, from the Business Daily, let's come and take a look at what's the big headline on the front page of the Daily Nation. Tulizungumzia kuna mtu anatafutwa. So wanauliza hapa swali, where is Oburu? Missing in action. ODM party leader Oburu Oginga has been conspicuously missing in key events, triggering speculation about his whereabouts. With a senior party official now acknowledging he had been briefly unwell but had recovered. Concerns about his sudden break from public appearances emerged 2 weeks ago, but gained momentum when the Siaya senator missed the highly publicized ODM retreat held in Mombasa last weekend. So this was a major retreat. The party leader was not there. Watu wanauliza party leader ako wapi? Youth leader ako wapi? So they've quoted the National Assembly Minority Leader Junet Mohammed saying he's okay. I just spoke to him this morning. That's Thursday. We plan to have a central committee meeting next week. And I believe that in such instances, it is only fair that such a leader just atoke tu kwa media kidogo, just to kill the speculation. Kidogo tu, hata kama ameketi tu mahali chini ya mti anasoma gazeti, aseme tu mimi niko sawa, you know, because some of this speculation huwa inaleta shida sana. Na italeta maswala mengine hatutaki. Missing in action, Oburu Oginga wanauliza where is he? But that's not the main headline. Pale juu wanauliza wanasema how Treasury diverted 7 billion shillings to French firms. You know this Rironi Mau Summit Road? Enye tunazungumzia sana. Remember, the initial contract for the construction had been awarded to a French firm when Uhuru Kenyatta was still president. After he left and William Ruto took over, he cancelled that deal and gave the deal to a Chinese firm. But there was still a clause within the agreement that if at all you withdraw or cancel this deal, you have to pay us. So I think some payment was made to the French firm which had initially signed the deal. Na sasa Auditor General anasema, well, hiyo pesa mbona mulilipa?
Wow.
For what? So the government irregularly diverted 7.3 billion shillings from the fuel levy kitty, funds ring-fenced to pay contractors to revive the stalled roads project to compensate French firms for the cancellation of the Nairobi Mau Summit Road contract. Just for cancelling the deal. Unalipa 7.3 billion. Just for cancelling. Si ati walikuwa wameanza kazi. Si ati walikuwa cancelling the deal.
Hizi ni contracts aina gani watu ingia ndani?
No, usually because that's a mega infrastructure project. So the deal had already been signed. Walikuwa shaanza panga mikakati, tunakuja kuingia kwa site tuanze barabara.
So it is justified?
Well, it's part of the contract. It's part of the deal that they signed. Because no one anticipated that such a deal could be cancelled. That cancellation alone is costing you, the taxpayer, 7.3 billion shillings. Na sayo pesa ya shule hakuna, pesa ya matibabu hakuna. Acha ninyamaze, I'll be accused of doing other things. Anyway, the payout adds to rising costs of the project awarded to a Chinese firm at a higher contract sum, because the French deal was actually cheaper than what you're paying the Chinese firm to do. But now the Chinese firm ongeza 7.3 billion. So the cost is much higher.
We have money in this country.
It's a rich country, bana.
Sisi kama jirani. We're better than others.
Yeah, wewe unaona kama sisi tunakaa wajirani. Matters business, hefty dividend payout as Safaricom profits hit 100 billion shillings. Hiyo tumezungumzia kwa The Star. Let's not pay too much attention to that. And TC plans to lower teacher entry grades. On the inside pages of this Daily Nation, today being a Friday, there's a farm that has moved to court over alleged 300-acre land grabbing scheme. Ile ya pale Kiambu Road. Nakumbuka 300 acres.
Hapa chini Runda.
Kuna jamaa kuna 300 acres tu mahali on Kiambu Road. Wanasema it has already been subdivided into about 281 parcels. So wameenda kotini. Hiyo story si ya kuandikwa tu kwa gazeti, wameenda kotini. Meanwhile, Mudavadi, who's in charge of foreign affairs, says we have no money to help Kenyans stranded in Russia-Ukraine war. Yo pesa hatuna. Kwa nani aliwaambia muende Russia? Wewe ukipanda ndege uende Russia sababu kupanda baiskeli.
Ujipange.
Poleni. Hatuna hiyo pesa. On the inside pages, Kashagwa ouster engineered, court told, and that continues today. We'll be beaming that event live from the Supreme Court, where the process continues. On the back page, yes, PSG wali book a place in the finals of the UEFA Champions League. They'll be meeting the great Arsenal at the Puskás Stadium on 30th of May. That's in Budapest, Hungary. The great Arsenal washafika huko. Sasa PSG ndo wanafuata. Watalimu hawa PSG washangae. Hii ni mwaka ya Arsenali. Unasikianga ile ngoma ya Calligraph unasema tu yes bana. Nyinyi mafans wa Arsenali, yes bana. Hii season ni yetu. Yes bana. That's the Daily Nation.
Taifa Leo, wapi Oburu, and that's the main headline on the front page of Taifa Leo this morning. Wanasema kwamba kiongozi wa chama cha Orange Democratic Movement, Oburu Odinga ama Oginga, hajaonekana katika hafla muhimu za chama hicho katika siku za hivi majuzi. Hali iliyozua uvumi mkali kuhusu mahali alipo na afya yake. Key is na afya yake. Mwanasiasa huyo mkongwe aliyechukua usukani ODM amekosa kuhudhuria hafla muhimu za chama na za kitaifa. The last time again alafu unajua wamesema Oburu ni mkongwe. Ni Taifa Leo.
You're a youth leader bana.
Youth leader when Gen Z. Anyway, wanauliza wapi Oburu. This story has been captured in page 2 of Taifa Leo. Na vidokezo zaidi, huenda alama ya cha ikakupa nafasi chuoni. Anasema kwamba TSC inapendekeza alama za kujiunga na vyuo vya mafunzo ya ualimu kuwa cha badala ya cha ongeza. So badala ya C+ ikuwe C. Askofu mwiba kwa serikali azungumza. Askofu Charles Onginjo wa kanisa la ACK atetea msimamo wake mkali dhidi ya viongozi wa kisiasa. Ni habari katika ukurasa wa 3. Kir atema waziri mkuu wa majeshi walikuwa wameshikilia nyadhifa hizo kwa muda wa chini ya miezi 3 pekee. Na kule juu zaidi, maseneta waonya upya magavana wakuu wa kaunti wahitajika kukabili uhaba wa wafanyikazi na hospitalini ama wafanyikazi hospitalini. Na masuala ya spoti pale, Arsenal na PSG zatua finali ligini UEFA. Ni habari tu katika ukurasa wa 20 wa gazeti la Taifa Leo. Taifa Leo.
Kutoka kwenye gazeti la Taifa Leo tuangazie sasa The Standard, and the main headline on the front page of The Standard reads like this: not off the hook. And they ask the question, did Parliamentary Committee sanitize Medihill? I remember that scandal about illegal harvesting of organs and selling them. So a 338-page audit report submitted to the Ministry of Health by the Independent Investigative Committee on Tissue and Organ Transplant Services appears to have been softened in Parliament, seemingly shielding Medihill Hospital from the full weight of explosive findings on alleged illegal kidney transplants. But the hospital, already under scrutiny from the DCI over 476 transplants carried out under questionable circumstances, is far from cleared. Yesterday, Health CS Aden Duale revealed that the ministry had commissioned a fresh audit, saying the matter had alarmed the public and raised grave fears of a possible organ harvesting and trafficking in Kenya. Najua kuna mambo hufanyika hapa Kenya nyuma ya tent, and sometimes because we don't have probably proper laws providing for the same. So kuna loopholes hapa na pale, but it raises a lot of ethical issues. Organ transplants, we did not probably have the best government policy or proper laws to govern that. So probably hapo ndio watu wanapitia. Unapitia tu, unapata gap mahali, hata ukishuka unasema, well, there was no law. What law have I broken? So this one has undergone parliamentary scrutiny, but it would appear that even the process in Parliament has not really found Medihill culpable. But CS wa Health anasema DCI wako pale. So si ati wameenda, DCI wako pale. Story on page 3. Ted Turner, the media mogul who launched CNN, dies at 87. Ted Turner, wale watu wanafuatilia CNN. He established CNN in 1980 and revolutionized TV news. Gen Z wanafikiria hao ndo wali discover CNN. Gen Z saa ingine huwa wananichokesha, lakini anyway.
Sasa akikujia utawaambiaje? Unajua wanasemanga wewe.
Unajua director wetu ni Gen Z leo. Acha
wewe.
Safaricom hits record 99. Hiyo story iko pale ndani page 8. CS stand after finding officers deserted at 8 a.m. Public service CA Geoffrey Ruku.
Yeah.
This story on page 4. So alienda Garissa. So unajua he shows up Huduma Center. Anataka kuangalia Wakenya wanahudumiwa namna gani.
Yeah.
Akaenda Garissa. Akapata hakuna mtu amefika. Kuna Wakenya 10 wamefika wanangojea kuhudumiwa, hakuna mtu kwa ofisi. Na CS ashafika.
Wow.
Lakini at least kulikuwa na askari polisi pale kwa gate. Akawaambia asanteni sana kwa wale wanakuanga asubuhi. Sababu shift kisha unajua they can't leave without the other people coming the next shift.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason why police were there. Hao wengine wa ofisi hawakufika na ni kama walikakaa. Hata saa 3 ikifika wako wamefika.
Were they punished? Because nakumbuka wale wa Kisumu kuna venye walikuwa punished kidogo.
Hii ni CS tu atakuwa na hasira alafu atawapeleka wapi? All right. On the back page, of course, PSG add muscle to magic ahead of a final showdown against Arsenal. And I can see a photo of PSG players celebrating. I don't know why Arsenal walikuwa naambiwa ati wafai kucelebrate. Na wamefika finali.
Wivu.
Tumefika finali tunaambiwa to celebrate. Mbona PSG were actually in the final last week. Last year they were the ones who won the Champions League. They're celebrating for getting to the final. Lakini Arsenal wakifika after 20 years finali ati wasi celebrate. Wewe wachaneni na sisi bwana. Gazeti la The Standard.
All right, People Daily, finally, they talk about how state policies drive Kenyan families into debt and poverty. Wametuweka hapo kwa hiyo picha, like we are really, really tied to it. It's kwa kiuno, debt. It has been captured in page 6. Na wanasema 31% is the number of Kenyans who have money left by end month. Ikifika end month, ni 31% of Kenyans wenye wako na salary.
Are you among the 31%?
Unajua, for me it might be different sababu I have other channels of income.
No. Yeah. You're asking about salary.
Yes, sasa it doesn't count. Sababu most of the time I don't even use it.
So it's always in the account.
Yeah.
Then you're among the 31%.
Okay.
Mimi niko among the others. At the end of month unapata ati bado uko na salary. Kwani wewe ni wa wapi?
So they say that in 2007 only 23% of Kenyans were financially included. Currently the number has risen to 85%.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. But lakini ime rise to 85%, but bado kuna shida mahali. That Kenyans considered financially healthy despite high inclusion rates are only 18%. And then Kenyans who have reported high financial stress are 43%. So uko hapo, you umedeclare sahi.
Mimi sijasema niko 43%. Mimi nimesema
uko 31%.
Salary ndio ifike mwisho wa mwezi. Wewe ni dynasty.
Na sasa hiyo inasema you're financially stressed somehow. So wamesema you guys are 43%.
Sisi ndio tuko. Ikishafika tarehe 7 hakuna kitu.
Ni mwecheche. Ni mbaya. So they say easy credit had fallout. And maybe this is why also Kenyans are going to
una refer to Kenyans. Watu hawa Kenya wanaumia. Ni kama sisi ni jirani. Sawa tu.
My goodness. We, wacha kuniekelea mambo ya uongo. Kuniwekelea mambo ya uongo. Koma kabisa. Other quick headlines here on the front page of People Daily this morning. This story ya Kenya and how we are, tied to debt and poverty imenifurahisha sana. It's on page 6. You can grab a copy and read. Sai hata it's online. Enda tu pale and read it. Treasury proposes higher e-citizen fees in further blow to citizens' cost of living. Na bado unasikia wanasema ati tuko hapo poor, poverty imetushikilia hivi. Bado ndio hiyo wanasema Treasury inataka higher e-citizen fees.
Mutalipa zaidi.
We are cruising nicely.
Mutumba mnaongeza, mobile phones mnaongeza pesa. Ngoja ni tu hapo, hata msiende, just stay there.
Yes.
Just in a month or two. Ngoja tu hapo.
Now guess nini yetu ni ngapi, budget yetu ya this year?
Kidogo nafikiria kwa hiyo 31%. Hiyo ni 68%. Kidogo utajipata kwa percentage nyingine.
How rising Lake Turkana is destroying lives along its shores, that's another story. And on the top strip, why young candidates still struggle to win seats. This is very interesting sababu leo it's youth perspective. So I know maybe you might bring it up.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Yeah, that's the paper data.
All right, let's cross over and take a look at what's headlining in the neighboring country. We start off in Uganda, and we have the Daily Monitor. Matters crime given prominence and floods on the front page. So they say 3 guns, only 3 guns were used in about 88 shootings linked to crime. So according to the police forensic report of 2025, the 3 firearms belonging to a private organization, one, the Uganda Police Force, and the Uganda People's Defense Forces ile jeshi ya huko, were linked to aggravated robberies and murders in Kampala, Mukono, Wakiso, Iganga, and Mbale. Only 3 guns, 88 shootings. Yeah? Hiyo wanaweza trace kwa nani? Meanwhile, Kampala iko underwater, ndio maana ameweka picha hapo ya jamaa kwa nduthi. Kampala's unending bond with floods. Hiyo ni kawaida yao.
Lakini tusiwacheke, manake Nairobi we are
hatuwezi wacheka. Umesikia hata tukiwacheka leo?
Umesema ni kawaida yao. Lakini
wako underwater, hata sisi tuko chini ya maji.
We are same.
Hatuwacheki leo.
Same was up.
Jirani ni kama sisi. The other paper, New Vision, it talks about matters education, ministry to overhaul university admissions, district quarter national merit under review. That's a New Vision in Uganda. Tuvuke border tuingie Tanzania. Gazeti la Mwananchi, kuna mwanachuo ardhi apotea, ni wa mwaka wa 4, there's a university student, atimiza siku ya 14 hajaonekana, wasiwasi watanda. Chuo ndugu wazungumza, mwili wa temba aliuawa Dar wazikwa Kilimanjaro. Ni habari nyingine tofauti. Ushaona missing person kwa front page ya Daily Nation ama The Standard hapa Kenya?
Ni kama
hatunanga hiyo time ya vitu kama hiyo. Sasa hivi tunatafuta party leader.
Youth leader.
Lakini nauli za boti kule Dar na Zanzibar, ile feri inakutoa Dar es Salaam inakupeleka Zanzibar, imepanda kutoka shilingi 35,000 hadi shilingi 40,000. Kama tulisema jana 40,000 ya Tanzania haiwezi kukupatia lita 10 za mafuta ya petroli
hapa Kenya.
Haiwezi kupatia lita 10. No, kule Tanzania. Uko na 40,000 kwa mfuko, lakini huwezi pata lita 10.
So 40,000 Kenyan shillings.
40,000 their shilling, their money.
Unajua unatukanganya, manake pesa sahi utapata hata hiyo 40,000 ya Tanzania is 1,000 bob.
Unajua shida yako ni ati uko na pesa throughout the month, hadi mwisho wa mwezi bado uko na pesa, ndio maana uelewi pesa za Tanzania. 40,000 is a lot of money, Tanzanian money, but it can't get you 10 liters of fuel. Unajua mafuta ya petroli kule lita moja ni karibu ifike ni 1,110. 4,110 shillings for a liter of petrol.
Kenyan shillings?
No, Tanzanian shillings. Pesa ya jirani.
Unajua Kenya is our business. Sasa ukituambia
uko wewe sasa, wewe ni millionaire.
Actually, you know, 40,000 Tanzanian shillings
kwanzia tarehe moja
1,000, sikia, is 1,991 Kenyan shillings. Surely, msitishwe.
Kwanzia tarehe moja hadi tarehe 30 ya mwezi, wewe ni millionaire Tanzania. Maana uko na pesa throughout.
Sasa unataka kutangaza nchi yote isikie. Unajua hiyo story umesema ati we don't have time ya kuweka missing persons kama Tanzania venye wanaweka. Director Kanash amesema si hiyo ni missing person. Ndio wenye tumeuliza Uburu wako wapi?
Hata si tuko na missing person kwa class wangu. Hiyo si mimi nimesema.
Ni Director Kanash.
Tukisalia kule Bongo, gazeti la The Citizen, how Tanzanians are coping amid galloping fuel prices, and it's the same problem I think they have even with boat prices. Mafuta imepanda, unaona bei ya petroli bei mpya ni 4,115. Ilikuwa ni 3,820 kwa lita moja. Ukitaka kuwa na watu unajua in Kenya, like if you go with 1,000 shillings, that's when you get 5 liters of fuel. So ukitaka kuweka lita 5, enda na 20,000. Bila hiyo pole. Gazeti la The Citizen.